Hi, everybody. So, we bit of alchemy. I'm Rick Barrett. Welcome. Today, I'd like to continue the thread that we were exploring last week with Earth Qi, particularly as expressed in the spleen meridians, and fitting those into some exercises so we can access the that Earth energy. And so, just a brief recap of the Earth element. That's um, and it's the one that characterizes the late summer, and it's sort of the kind of the cruising altitude for the energy of the year. We have energy comes out of the very yin, watery winter into goes from that yin into yang, which then moves into the full yang, which is in summer, and then we get into Earth, which is late summer, and then we get into, and that kind of just provides this brief period of peace and tranquility before we move into the autumn, and which is metal energy, and then into back into winter again. And so the attitude I have toward the earth element is one is like a harvest feast. It's like you're you're reaping the benefits of the all the explorations that we've done up to this point. And and so the earth chi, the earth element actually is the uh, the emotion that comes with that is a sense of peace and tranquility, sense of satisfaction, and that's on the positive side. On the negative side is worry, and if you have like excessive worry in your life, then there's a good chance that your earth chi is somewhat deficient. So the spirit of the earth element is the E, which is your mind, your intention. It's the more refined parts of your mind, and it's what directs your your paths. What you make, the choices you make are governed by your E, and the body part that is governed by Earth is your muscles. And so the earth is, we're looking for a sense of what the word is, but that quality of satisfaction, peace, and stability. And the 2 points that we have been exploring, which I'd like to continue with this, is there are two. One is called the Great Embrace, and that is Spleen 21. And we find that by you reach under your armpit, right around here, around the sixth or seventh rib. You just feel into it, and you find like a tender spot generally. And you just reach over and you grab that. And you can do it both on both sides, actually, and poke into those. And actually, if you take a couple of breaths, you'll find that your system calms down. It has a quality of activating your parasympathetic nervous system, which then allows you to move into the rest and digest mode. It brings things back into a sense of homeostasis. So there's that. It's the great embrace. It's also it is the root of your earth, the earth meridian, and it feeds the meridian, and it also enhances your vitality. So the more you can feel into it, opens up your chest, it enhances your vitality, and it gives you more chi. And So that's one point. The other point is in your quad or in your inguinal crease here. If you look at your, if you, let's say if I squat down like this, and that angle there, there's that's called the inguinal crease, and about halfway up, there's along your groin there is the point called the thrusting chi. That's spleen 12. You can look it up, get the exact point yourselves, later. But the spleen 12 is called thrusting chi or penetrating chi. It's like you can get this very dynamic young aspect to that, and that's because it takes the energy that is from your legs, actually connects your energy. It's a gate that connects your and the energy of your legs and your torso. So when we talk about connecting up with the yin chi of the earth and allowing that to come up the legs, if that door is locked, that gate is locked, you're not going to get the full hit of the earth chi. Whereas if you open up that energy gate, then you will get it'll infuse your whole body mind with that earth chi. So then it also will allow the yang chi of the heavens to descend all the way down into your legs. So it gives that the dynamic quality that you want. But I really want to emphasize this sense of celebration that comes with this earth element. It's like, yeah, we made it, that kind of feeling, and allow that to fill your whole body, because you're going to be eating from that harvest, for the rest of the year, because we get into metal, and that's about discarding things. It's about getting rid of unnecessary stuff and preparing for the big yin of winter, where everything goes back to that quiet place and restores. So it uh, it's a good time to really just kind of feel that, it's like, oh, we're having a picnic in the park, and everything's okay right now. Give yourself that vacation, that mental vacation, even if you do have worries, to take a moment and allow yourself to feel that quality, that earth quality there. So I think that's enough information to go forward. So we're going to stand up now, and we're going to explore this earth element. So let's first establish our three pillars. And that's along the big toe line, along the medial line of the foot. We have 3 points there that act as our contact points with the ground. And that's in the heel, the ball of the foot, and the big toe. If you just feel along though, you notice that those are the 3 primary points of contact, and each one has its own energy. The heel is more yin, the ball of the foot more yang, and the big toe, you press that down, it actually acts as a yang supercharger, and it connects up with your brain. So it connects up with spirit as well. So you can think of them as heel, body, ball of the foot, mind, and big toe, spirit. You can think of them in those terms too. So now go to your heel point. Just allow yourself to settle, unlock your knees, relax, and allow yourself to sink down into your heels, and feel very sum, letting your muscles relax, and feel yourself sinking down into the earth, and allow the yin chi of the earth to rise through the bubbling well points in the center of your foot. you can already start to think to contact these points here in your groin area, your spleen 12 points, your thrusting chi. Open that gate. The opening is just, in other words, relaxing muscular tension and aligning your body so that you're centering over your heels right now. And now we're going to shift into the balls of the feet as we reach up with the crown of the head and tuck in the chin. And feel the yang qi of the heavens descending and filling by going down, all the way down through the feet and into the earth, right? Grounding into the earth. And we open the jade pillow gate at the base of the skull and activate the Jingshen, the spirit of vitality. So when you're reaching up at the crown, you're not pushing up, you're just lightly lifting. It feels like you're like a vine reaching up toward the sun. It's not a big push there, but there's you're being drawn up by the sun. Now reach with your elbows and open up your shoulder joints. Arms are slightly rounded. Your palms are facing backward behind you. Feel the space in your shoulders. Point, reach with your index fingers. Press down with your big toes at the same time. So here we're activating the spirit, reaching, creating that energetic coherence throughout your whole body mind. And feel the effect that that's having as you do that. Now we're going to release the qua, get Sun Qua, and set your knee in and just spiral down and turn. Set your other knee and turn the other way. And just feel yourself sinking down. Each turn, you're sinking down into your root. And we're opening up that thrusting chi as we do that. And back to center. And go back into the heel points. We'll settle into that. And one first thing I'd like to do is to actually do we'll do the silk reeling exercise. So begin but we're going to do it by reaching under just to start we're going to reach under and just feel those spleen 21 points. So step forward with your right foot, put your left hand under your armpit and find that tender spot there, and just make contact with that. You don't have to overdo it, but the idea is you're going to reach up with your hand, palm facing outward, until you get to the top of a circle. So imagine you're making a big circle here, and you're coming to the top of the circle. You're reaching out. You're feeling opening this gate here as you reach out, and you rotate your palm so that it's coming down. And as you do that, sink into your back leg and comes down. Now I'm going to draw a figure 8 inside that circle. So I'm going to go back into the front leg. The right hand comes up and palm up as you go here, and then you're going to round the top of the 8, and then sink into your back leg and come down, palm out and back to center. And then you're going to step back and step forward with the other foot and reach under your armpit and big circle. Rotate your hand, sink into your back leg and your hand comes down. And then we're going to draw the 8. We're going to go to the front leg, palm up, and then, I'm sorry, palm, we'll go palm out, palm up, and then around the top, and look at your back leg and come down. Step back, and now we're going to forget we touched those. We're going to feel those points, but we're not going to have to touch them anymore. So now we're going to step in with the right foot, and this time we're going to feel into the spleen 12 points so your hand comes up and circles, back leg down, coming forward, up, sink into your back leg and down, and step back. Good. Now step forward the other leg and spleen 12 here and big circle, back leg down, forward, back leg and down, step back. Now, we're not going to touch those points. We have the spleen 21, the spleen 12, and we're going to step forward and we're going to feel those points, but not touching them. And up, sink back down, hand comes down, step back, other foot. Circle, and then the figure 8. Really opening up those gates. Step back. Now, don't think about those points, but just feel them and open. Step forward, circle, back foot, front foot coming up, back foot coming down, front foot, and comes up, reaching out, opening, back foot coming down, front foot. You get to the top of the circle, top of the 8, and then down and step back. One more, up, back foot, front foot, figure 8, back foot, and back to center. Now feel those motions. Don't think about them, but just feel them. And also feel those gates opening as you do that, but without moving. Feel the potentiality of those movements. And feel into your body, feel into your arms, your hands. Feel that earthy, grounded feeling. Feel the equanimity of that earth chi. Okay, now we're going to go on to another exercise. This is one that I had to dig up from 30 years ago. I used to teach it 30 years ago. I called it the Vitruvian Man at the time. And this is before I had come across a lot of the language that I'm using now. And going back to it and thinking about it in the terms that I use now is was for me kind of a revelation. So the simple idea is that we're going to be going up like this, up overhead, and then back down again. But the idea is that we're going to do this very, very slowly. So that what we're doing is, as we're doing, we're connecting up or feeling the tensegrity of the whole connective tissue system as we're doing this. This is something I felt back then, but I didn't quite have the language for it. We're feeling the connectivity of the connective tissue system. And with that, the energy circulating throughout the whole system. But we're also going to add in our 2 points here, our big, great embrace and our thrusting chi. Okay, so let's begin. Begin and just relax your fingers. You're reaching with your wrists. You're moving very slowly and feeling the connection. You're reaching out with your arms. Feel the connection through your shoulders into your back. And do this, if you have shoulders compromised, do this as to whatever degree that you find helpful. For me, it's helpful because I have torn shoulders, and this is helping to repair them. So now reach with your fingers and feel that. Really open your shoulder joints, extend your arms, feel that connection there. Point and reach with your index fingers, feel that energetic coherence. You want to feel that sense of connectivity, the tensegrity throughout the whole body mind. You're cranking up your tensegrity to a very high level, and also your chi. Continue to rise with your arms, reaching up, reaching, pointing and reaching with that index finger. Arms are coming up. To the balls of your feet. Now press down with your big toes. Your hands come together. You reach up, press down with the big toes. This is the most yang part of the movement. Feel that extension upward. You're opening your back, opening your shoulders, and then coming down. Sink into your heels. Reach up with your fingers, bend your wrists a little. You're coming down. Sink into your heels. Bend the balls of your feet and reach down with your fingers. Press down with your big toes. Point and reach. And then sink into your heels. We're just going to do this one more time. I want to get the full feeling of it. You're going to you sink into the balls of your feet as you reach up with your wrists. Nice and slow. Your arms are very sum, even though you're reaching. So the reaching, we call that fong. And sung is the sinking. So you're carrying with your arms, reach with your fingers, open up your shoulders, open up your back, your shoulder blades, reaching out. Feel that extension and continue reaching up. Hands come together. Press down with the big toes. Reach up and open. Extend. And put your heels, sink and come down. Reach up with your fingers, reach down with your wrists. Your hands are coming down. With the balls of your feet, press down with the big toes, point, reach. Open your joints, extend, and then sink into your heels. We pause. Just feel into your body, feel into your arms, feel into your hands, feel the chi. We're cranking up the chi, and it's circulating throughout the whole system. That tensegrity allows for the transfer of energy and information throughout your whole body mind. And so now, sink into the balls of your feet. The fingers are relaxed, and rotate your forearms very slowly. So that your palms will eventually be facing forward. And when you reach maximum extension, open your fingers, really spread your fingers, point with your index fingers, reach, and reach with your arms, open up your shoulders, all the joints, and then sink into your heels and rotate back very slowly. Sink into your heels and relax. And feel into your body mind. Feel to the connectivity of everything. Feel the chi in your hands and your arms. Your arms are very sung. Relax your fingers. And now let's do that again. Sink into the balls of your feet and rotate your forearms very slowly. Each movement, be very aware of the changes that are occurring in your body as you execute each phase of this motion. Each micro movement has its own energy. It's sending signals throughout your body mind. And it's being carried by your connective tissue system. We're signaling. Now press down with your big toes. Open your fingers. Reach. Open your arms. Feel that extension. And Relax your hands, sink into your heels, and rotate your hands back. Now, just relax and feel into your body. You might feel all the changes that are occurring now. There's a lot of motion happening inside your body. It's the motion and stillness. Your body is resetting, is finding a new level of homeostasis, one that can include all the energy that you just brought into it. You're upgrading your wiring by doing this. Now let's do that one more time without moving. I want you to feel that motion, that opening and closing of your forearms, but without moving. Feel the potentiality of that energy. Now sink into your heels and let that go. Step in, take a deep breath. Gather, go into your balls of your feet, press down with the big toes, reach up, feel the yang, and then sink into your heels and let that all go. Disappear the chi. Sink into the emptiness. You're creating a space for the nature chi to come in. Relax and abide in the emptiness for a moment. Good. Time we got?
Oh yeah, that's the same.
We got time. Good. Okay. Now we're going to do um, exercise we did last week, and I'll do it facing you, and then I'll turn away, and you can follow me from behind. But it's one of those things you can kind of figure out even if I'm facing you. Okay, so step out. We've gone from the Wu Chi now into the Tai Chi. This is the Tai Chi is the undifferentiated somethingness. We've gone from the Wu Chi, which is the undifferentiated nothingness. So now think and carry Chi, carry the energy Reach with your elbows, open your back. Feel the stability of this posture. Now sink, rotate your forearms so your palms face forward. Now we're going to separate the yin and yang. You're going to pull your hands apart, reach with your elbows, and feel like there are filaments between your fingers. You're stretching those filaments like tiny rubber bands, opening, opening, reach, extend. Feel those spleen points as we do this. Feel that kind of we're separating the yin and yang. Feel that governing earth feeling. Now, as you sink into one leg, then you reach out with that hand, same hand, and turn away from it. Sink into your other leg, reach out, open your armpits, open your quad, you're reaching out, turn away from that. We sink and turn. As the hand goes out, the body turns away from it. Think, open. Bring your arms down. And feel the chi. Hands come up. And separate. And open to the other side. So that this hand here, the one I'm reaching with, that is yang. And this is the other side is yin. Then I rotate it, and this hand, the reaching hand, is yang. The other hand is yin. And now we're going to do your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and push. Reach. 1, 2, 3, and reach. 1, 2, 3, reach. 1, 2, 3, reach. Now we're going to 1, 2, step in, and then you're going to step forward and reach. Step. Take the other leg. 1, 2, 3. Reach. Step in. Step forward. And 1, 2, 3. Reach. Step back. And press down. Pause. Feel into your arms. Feel into your hands. Feel the energy circulating throughout your whole body. Let it do what it needs to do. Step in. Take a deep breath. Gather into the balls of your feet and then sink down into your heels and disappear the chi. Please have a seat.
I felt as though I was a model for Leonardo da Vinci. And I feel as though what we did this evening is something that will stay with me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. So, anybody else? Kyle.
Yeah, I second what Sharon said and felt a throbbing in my fingers.
Great. Good. Good. Anybody else? Debbie.
I felt like the first two exercises, our first two, exercises were very focused for me on the spleen 21 and feeling the energy in the upper part of my body. And then the last part of the last exercise you did, I really felt the spleen 12 engage, and it felt like that finally was opening. So that was really, really nice.
Great. Great.
Thanks.
Thank you. Wonderful. Cool. Anybody else? Richard.
Well, I don't know if this is meaningful or not, but for the first time in my practice, that there was a point reaching overhead where I couldn't find my hands.
I did that too.
I don't know exactly what that that means, but I got a little distracted because I said, "Where did my hands go?"
Where did it go?
Look, no hands. That just dissolved. That's very cool.
I guess I could have looked to see where they were, but that didn't seem the right thing to do.
Hopefully you found it eventually.
Well, yeah, they were out there in the clouds somewhere.
Great.
It's good stuff. Thank you.
You bet. Scott.
So I know it's kind of normal with qigong, but it's still amazing to me how much happens with so little movement. After the first exercise, I was shocked, and the first exercise I realized the first time I did it, I was straining a bit, and I was trying to let it go, and then when we did it the second time, I realized, oh, the first time I didn't get into the balls of my feet. And without being in the balls of my feet, I was straining. But once I got into the balls of my feet, it was effortless.
Beautiful.
Very cool.
Valerie.
I'm with Richard, and yeah, I couldn't find my
hands. They were so long. It's like, okay, there's got to be a top somewhere. But I finally got them to, you said something about, bring the hands together. So it was like, okay, let's see if I can find them and bring, so I did bring them together. But that was, I'm so glad you said, and Debbie said too, she lost her hands up there. I didn't lose them. I just didn't know exactly where they were. They were so high. I love that the silk reeling, and then turning just from the forearms. I could have taken an hour just to turn
Yeah.
hands in one direction. And it's like, oh no, I got to keep up with the class. So, I'll do that speed, but I could have taken an hour to turn forward and an hour to turn back. That was, I love that speed. That really drawn out glacier type of just movement like that. It's so rich.
It is.
Very simple, as somebody else was saying this, very simple movement. It's not demanding of you to, do some great feat, but just to move and experience that, to feel it. And then the stuff that just starts moving because you're doing it that way. It's amazing. You'd think after all this time, I'd be jaded to a certain extent, but I am not. And I appreciate that very
Good
much.
for you.
Yeah. It's like every time's the first time, right?
Absolutely.
Like I said, it's just so rich if you just pay attention. And it doesn't even take a whole lot. Yeah, it does. It does and it doesn't. It's just so full.
But in a very short period of time, you can really crank things up. Yeah, maximum in a very what? You're kidding, right? Debbie.
For me, that the second exercise really brought home that there's a difference between thinking about moving and feeling moving. So instead of, people say, oh, imagine playing the piano, for example. So I was always imagining it as seeing the fingers move. So I was observing it from the outside of the body instead of actually feeling it on the inside of the body. And that exercise really brought home to me the difference between the two of them. I've kind of recognized it before when we've done exercises, but this one really was like, oh, now I can put words to it and I can explain it. So thank you.
Terrific. Lynn.
Yeah, I agree with Debbie that that's a great one for showing that. And I mean, I was resistant to keeping up with you as well, because I really felt like I was feeling, I didn't think this at the time, this is just coming, but because I didn't have words for it, but kind of feeling at the molecular level, like everything was, just, I was so deep into that arm, right? And I don't know how to explain it other than that, just lots of layers in somewhere there, that really, really, yay, yum.
Fabulous. I know what you mean. It's tough to describe it because it's happening way down deep in the preconscious mind. That stuff going on, but your conscious mind can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Richard.
I just have a question about our common shoulder issues. What I think I may have discovered, please tell me if you have a sense of this, is that the sort of traditional way that you rehab an injury that requires flexibility is to stretch it. And the harder you can stretch it, the better you're going to get. And that's never really worked for me. And what I just discovered about this is that I think maybe the key for me is to not stretch it, but allow myself to feel the expansion beginning very small, just like a little bit today and a little bit more tomorrow. And I was wondering what your experience was, because I know you've been through all the traditional rehab stuff too, like I have.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got shoulder issues that go back 40 years.
Well,
So
me too. Yeah.
yeah, so it's, to me, I'll fix them, I'll hurt them again, I'll fix them, it just, and in this past year, I've been really focusing on a deliberate rehab process that, you're talking about there. And I've found that this is a missing link for me, getting this, opening up the energy that in these points is very helpful. The other thing is to actually feel the pain, the ache of it, of taking it and really stretching not stretching them, but reaching so that you're opening up the connective tissue, which then allows for collagen to infuse into the areas that have been trained in that way. So it very different than muscular training. It's this connective tissue training, which is you want to take it past the point where it is comfortable and into that discomfort there, and then feel that, and it comes alive. It allows the collagen molecules to go in and to rearrange your connective tissue, because there's part of connective tissue, something called ground substance, which is kind of a semi-viscous fluid, semi-solid, semi-viscous, and it goes into places which need to be repaired. And the collagen molecules are like pickup sticks, and they're taken all different directions, like you throw pickup sticks or on the floor, and then but then with the motion you align the collagen molecules with the connective tissue, and then it gets stronger. So that's my nickel version of the process there. And so I've been finding that I've been having tremendous success in the last year with getting stronger instead of deteriorating in my old age. I'm rebuilding stuff that's been stuck around for 40 years.
Well, hopefully we can talk a little more about this in Sedona, Arizona.
You mean
PCA.
The Tai Chi Alchemy.
The Tai Chi Alchemy yearly gathering of yes, we can, yeah.
Well, what really works
you.
for me is really focusing on reaching as being different from stretching.
Yes, I think that's
And
what
if
I
you
was trying to say, Maria.
You're reaching is extending with the intention of connecting with something, right?
Yes.
So, but you can also extend not just with muscle, but you can extend your connective tissue.
Right. Exactly. And the other thing is reaching, it's like you're letting go from the inside, stretching you're pulling on something
Yeah,
from the outside.
that's exactly what I was trying to say. And I'm visualizing now the reach beginning at the base instead of pulling the base from the extension, so that it can repair itself a little bit at a time as it reaches out.
Beautiful.
I'm with you.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, no, that I think you're right on the money there. I mean, it's certainly the way I'm approaching it.
Thank you.
So so we're on the same page there. Great. Okay. Thank you all so much. It's been a lot of fun. And
Thank you,
yeah.
Maria.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Maria.
Maria. Thank you.
Nice
Rick.
to see you. Nice to have you, Kyle. I hope you come back.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Kyle.
Nice to meet
You're
you,
always
Kyle.
welcome.
Bye.